Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tukenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. So this week our Torah portion is Tavo, which is for when you go in or when you come into the land, Eretz, that Adonai your Yahweh gives you for an inheritance. As I like to see it, as Yahweh saying, when you come into this new person, that you become as accepting Yeshua, and with the baptism, as we remember that Yeshua is the first fruit, right? Which this is the 50th weekly Torah portion. Now as we open, we hear of and about the first fruits, that the children of Israel, upon entering into the promised land, that Yahweh has kept his many wonderful words with and has given the descendants that he has promised to our forefathers, that they are to take some of the first fruits of the ground. Which, remembering that to the ground can mean as well as reference to Yeshua, who was the first fruit on the ground, our footstool, which was on earth. So we can say that the first fruits of the earth, that they shall bring to the priest in a basket from their hand, which if we remember that Yahweh had Moshe rescued in a basket across the river to, well, later on rescue Yahweh's people, his chosen people, and that the priest shall set it down as an offering before the altar of Yahweh as a result of fulfillment of his promise, that we remember and declare that it was him, Yahweh, and not us that got us there, and here to this present day as well. And by making response before Yahweh, that a wandering Aramean was my father, and he went down to Egypt, Mitzrayim, and sojourned there, few in number, and there he became a nation, a great Gadol and mighty Gebor, Uzeh, and populous. But the Egyptians treated us harshly and humiliated us, and laid on us Yeserim, our suffering. They did not show us chesed, which kindness. So we cried to Adonai of our forefathers, and you saw our Yeserim, our suffering, and heard our voice. And you, Yahweh, brought us out of Mitzrayim with a Gabor hand, a mighty hand, and a outstretched arm, with great deeds of terror, including the 10 plagues, and also the parting of the sea. And you have brought us into this place, a beautiful place with all resources. And now I bring to you the first fruits of the earth that you have given to me. As from then on, all of clad Israel will rejoice in the good that Yahweh had done for us. Now, if you look back, it said that, and now I bring to you the first fruits of the earth that you have given to me. And remember, Yeshua was our first fruit. So if we remember, we're thanking Yahweh ahead of time for this blessing that he's bestowed before us. But last but not least, they were also informed that offering their tithes to the Levite and to the fatherless and to the sojourner and to the widow was what they were to do in the 3rd year, all under this umbrella in divine protection of Yahweh's word that Adonai will provide. That they shall say that in before Adonai, that I have removed the sacred portion out of my house, and moreover that I have given it to the Levite, the sojourner, and the fatherless, and the widow, according to all that you have commanded me. I have not transgressed any of your commandments, nor have I forgotten them. In other words, I have not transgressed one of your commandments, which if I transgressed one, I transgressed them all. Some of you heard the saying before, you lie to me, you'll steal from me. You steal from me, you'll kill me. and I have not forgotten them. Or, in other words, I have not forgotten you, my Adonai. For if you love Adonai, he is stating that he will love and likewise bless us. This is what he seeks from us, true love and devotion. So I want you to truly think now, how much are you devoted, and do you truly love Yahweh? We must think of this daily in every aspect of our lives, lest we forget his commandments, and in doing so, we forget him. Now on from blessing to the curses. Moshe and the Levitical priests next say to clad Israel, all of Israel, keep silence and hear, O Israel, this day. You have become the people of your Yahweh, a kadosh people, dear to his heart, and that they shall therefore obey the voice of Adonai our Yahweh, keeping his commandments and also his statutes. Words of true shokmah, wisdom, for us to keep. Now, on that day, Moshe told the children of Israel and literally charged or confirmed to all of them with stern and Gibor, mighty words and actions, that once crossing over the Jordan, that 6 other tribes were to stand on Mount Gerizim to bless the people, while the 6 other tribes were to stand on Mount Ebal for the curse of the people. And to declare to all that all of the Adam, the men of Israel, in a loud voice, all the 12 curses. With each, all the people shall answer and say, Amen. Now, why were they to say this and do this? To confirm that they were all fairly warned. If at any time they try to use being unknown as an excuse, especially at judgment, when we are all accountable for every action, as Yahweh is fair and just. So next we get to hear of all of the blessings for obedience and also the curses for defiance against Yahweh's words. Now, if you look close into them all, you will see that the curses come exactly opposite to the blessings, such as, for example, the blessing Adonai will have all of your enemies defeated. By the curse, it states, your enemies Yahweh will have them to defeat you, and you will be defeated by your enemies. So we must all choose for ourselves. Do we want the blessings or the counterpart cursings? So I say, choose this day whom you will serve. Remember. Now, as we move forward into the half-Torah portion, always remember that if Yahweh is in you and you are in him, that if darkness shall and will ever take over and surround you, that it can and means nothing that shall be feared by you or your eye. Why? Because Adonai will arise upon you, and nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. Just as many will come to the soon future glory of Israel. Now, though at times it may seem as if Satan is winning, and that Yahweh's people are being persecuted more and more and more than ever, we must always remember that Yahweh has us still here today. So all of this stuff was just to make us stronger and to help us overcome all the things of the past. And you see that Satan has not stopped us yet. We shall know that the time is soon coming when we shall all lift up our eyes all around and see that all will gather together in bowl to come to all of Yisrael. Truly a blessing. They will all come from afar, and that all the abundance of the sea in our sea of peoples shall be turned to Yisrael, along with the wealth of the nations, including gold and frankincense, blessings of Yeshua, and shall bring the good news, or the gospel, the true gospel, as it has reached many today, who likewise come to, and as a precursor visit Jerusalem annually. Now, as verse 8 in Isaiah's Torah portion, Yeshayahu, it states that all of these will be led by the Ruach HaKodesh, as it states that these fly like a cloud and like doves to the widows. As when the Ruach HaKodesh bestowed upon Yeshua like a dove from Shamayim. Now, we are to know that, as verse 12 states, that any who are not a part of loving us, our Yahweh and Yeshua, shall be destroyed or perish. As Yahweh is talking of the future new heavenly kingdom, where only those whose name is written in the book of life shall be, where Yeshua will be our groom and us his bride, and Yahweh will be our everlasting Leolam light and our glory. Now, as with Yeshua in our gospel portion, we see that as Yeshua is led away from carrying the stake and or the cross, that Shimon Asarim is told to help and carry it behind Yeshua. But here is another secret from Yahweh for those who have ears to hear, Shimon in Hebrew means to listen or hear, and what follows after is there followed Yeshua, a great multitude of people, and Isha, woman, who were mourning for Yeshua. But Yeshua tells them, daughters of Jerusalem, Shimon, remember Shimon means to listen, do not weep for me, but weep for yourselves. Why? Because you see, we all have roles in the will of Yahweh to play. And Yeshua knew that at that time he was fulfilling his role in the will of Yahweh. But Yeshua told them a nebuah, a prophecy, that the end was nigh, when the sinners of the world will soon face judgment. But during this time, it would be a tough time for women who are pregnant, are nursing, due to all of the plagues and the judgments that are just at that time. Now, following on, as Yeshua is on the stake or the cross, there are two guilty men, one on his right and one on his left. Now, the one mocked Yeshua as sin is evil towards the light, but the other, which was of light and righteousness, rebuked the darkness of evil and stood by Yeshua's side, righteous in Yeshua's eyes. And Yeshua blessed him and told him, truly, I am telling you today that you will be with me in paradise. Now, right then, he was saying, not right then, as when you die, you are resting and not in heaven's waiting room, as many will choose to believe or been led to believe. But when was it that Yeshua was telling him that he will be with him in paradise? He was saying at the resurrection. See, the way that the commas were put in there, or I can say weren't put in there in the proper place. If we read it back, truly it was like this. Truly, I am telling you today, so today is the day that I'm telling you, that you will be with me in paradise. Not today, not right now, but you will be with me in paradise when I am in paradise with you at the resurrection. Now, many believe that he told him that today you will be with me in paradise. But if you see they forgot to place the comma in its correct place, you now can see that it is, once again, I'm going to tell you, truly I say to you today that you will be with me in paradise, not just right then, but at the end, at the resurrection. And we will close with this parashah on that note for you to ponder on for the week. as in the next few weeks we get ready for the High Holy Feast days. And now we will have the Aaronic blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you shalom. This has been a weekly Messianic Torah portion from Following Yeshua Ministries. For more information or for help, please visit us at www.followyeshuanow.com. Shabbat Shalom from Rabbi Rojani and all of us here at Follow Yeshua Ministries.